Today's deal sets the stage for a huge showdown in December when Congress will have to raise the debt limit again. And here's the thing. In that showdown, Democrats should have a huge amount of leverage since Republican leaders will likely need their votes. And the GOP, as the party in power, would almost certainly take the blame if, God forbid, the U.S. defaults on its debts or shuts down the government. That, in turn, could mean the survival of DACA, the Obama administration program protecting nearly 800,000 undocumented immigrants brought to the U.S. as children from deportation. President Trump already appears to be waffling on his plan to end it after sending his attorney general out yesterday to announce the president was ending DACA in 6 months' time. Trump tweeted last night, Congress now has 6 months to legalize DACA, something the Obama administration was unable to do. If they can't, I will revisit the issue. In light of that tweet, the president was asked while en route to North Dakota today if he was sending mixed signals.
No mixed signal at all. Congress, I really believe, wants to take care of the situation. Really believe it. Even very conservative members of Congress, I've seen it firsthand. If they don't, we're going to see what we're going to do. But I will tell you, I really believe Congress wants to take care of it. We discussed that also today, and Chuck and Nancy would like to see something happen, and so do I. And I said, if we can get something to happen, we're going to sign it, and we're going to make it. We're going to make a lot of happy people.
I'm joined now by Democratic Congressman Luis Gutierrez of Illinois, who released a blistering statement on the White House's decision on DACA, including calling Chief of Staff General John Kelly, quote, a hypocrite who is a disgrace to the uniform he used to wear. What is your reaction to the last 24 hours from the president's tweet to the negotiations today in the White House that open the possibility of Democrats being able to sort of jam Republicans with some must-pass legislation that legislatively protects DACA recipients?
Well, Chris, first of all, the Democratic caucus is not in sync with making this agreement with the President of the United States of America. I've spoken to dozens of members of the Democratic caucus. And let me just say this, Chris, you know that we fought hard and tenaciously to put 800,000 dreamers in a very safe place. It was the one victory the Democrats were able to accomplish, and we did it by taking on our own President of the United States with no help from the Republicans. So tonight, there are hundreds of thousands of dreamers that are not overjoyed, that are not happy, because they have not seen a Democratic Party who could have used their leverage today to have said, there is no vote on the debt ceiling, there is no vote on the CR, unless we carry with it 800,000 dreamers and put them in a safe place.
By the way, I want to show that there's some protests tonight in the Trump Hotel in Washington, D.C., in which DACA recipients, their supporters, organizers, protesting in the lobby of that hotel. Take a listen to what that sounds like. So this is interesting to me, Congressman. I want to make sure I'm tracking this. The sort of message from leadership today was, we kicked their butts, we rolled them, we're going to have all the leverage in December, and we'll work out something for the DACA recipients in the next 3 months. And what you're saying is, no, you gave away your leverage now to make the demand now, the day after the president ended this program. Why do you not trust that something will develop in the next 3 months?
Who can trust Donald Trump? Nobody can trust Donald Trump. This is a serial liar. Not because I say so, because it's been proven to be a fact. You can't sit down and negotiate with Donald Trump. He says one thing one day, another thing another day. Today was the day, in principle. Remember, the Democratic Party has to stand for something. When the CEO of Microsoft says you got to come through him to get to the dreamers, and he's to the left of the Democratic Party, it's a sad day for the Democratic Party in this nation when the CEO of a multinational corporation is standing firmer with the dreamers than our own Democratic caucus.
So here's what I want to get from you. There's these two theories of Donald Trump on DACA. One is that he was basically jammed into this by Sessions, who said he wouldn't defend the executive order in court, and that he essentially did this in this kind of halfway so that he really doesn't want to do it, but he's doing it in spite of himself. And the other is that, take him at his word. He's ending DACA because he promised he'd end DACA, and his base wants to see those people deported. You clearly are of the latter party. I mean, you think this is a thing he wants to do and has to be fought on it, or he's not going to relent.
You know, Chris, I wish you could spend more time with me on the Judiciary Committee, where I sit. if there is one glue, if there is one thing that keeps the Republican Party together, is their xenophobia and their anti-immigrant zealotry. I have seen it. Remember, we passed DACA. We passed the DREAM Act in the House of Representatives in 2010 with literally 5 Republicans voting for it. And the 5 Republicans that were voting for it were 5 Republicans that were not coming back to the House of Representatives. And then we went to the Senate. And when we get to the Senate, 55 senators vote for cloture. Who leads the charge to stop the vote from happening? None other than Jeff Sessions. And we're supposed to believe that the man who stopped the DREAM Act from passing in the Senate and finding its way to the desk of President Barack Obama is now telling us yesterday, oh, but by the way, we're looking for a legislative solution. What height of hypocrisy? What do you take us for? I just cannot believe. Look, everybody says, so this is Paul Ryan on the one hand. I feel so sorry. I'm so in love with those dreamers. Oh, I wish I could do something for them. Oh, they have all my sympathy. And what do the Democrats respond with? Oh, we feel so sorry. Oh, we're so sympathetic with them. We're in solidarity. Damn it, it's about somebody do something about it and pay some political capital. And I'm going to say this. Look, the debt ceiling has to be on the table. The CR has to be on the table. And Republicans, because you got to break the glue that keeps them together, or we'll never free the dreamers or have an immigration policy that's fair and just.
Well, this is a really fascinating perspective, and I think it's important people hear this, and I'm really curious to see how this is going to play out, because there is now this window. It looks like they will have the votes for this, but everything you're saying is going to be operable. To Congressman Luis Gutierrez, thanks for making time tonight.
Thank you.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.